Welcome back, everyone. We're back again doing another, well, it's not really another video, it's a different, well, it is another video, but it's a different type of video. I just wanted to play a bit of Risk of Rain and just have maybe a little bit of discussion with you guys and just to have a quick kind of channel update and explain what's been going on and the lack of uploads and all this and that. So I just decided to play a bit of Risk of Rain. Where's the mouse? I recently got Artificer, but I think I'll just stay with Huntress and go from there. Huntress is probably the easiest to play, and I'm also playing this on controller. I know a lot of people are always saying, oh, you should play on keyboard, mouse, this, that, and the other, but I prefer it on the controller. But, what do you call it? I just wanted to explain what I've been away, well, not that I've been away or anything, I just haven't been uploading as much as I normally would. I was, for a while, uploading about a video every weekday, but the last, I don't know, I want to say month or so, I've been kind of not really keeping up with that schedule. Just a few things been going on. My schedule's changed a bit, or not that my schedule's changed, just that it's just that it's become more busy and trying to get stuff done. I've recently changed my diet as well, which is kind of a bit of a contributing factor to that. Basically say what it was is that I pretty much, I was a very big Coke, fizzy drinks, Monster and all that kind of stuff, energy drinker. Like I was having maybe, I don't know, 5 liters of fizzy drinks a day, in around, probably more, in hindsight. But I decided that I was going to give it up, and probably should have decided that years ago, really. I've been doing it for too long. It's not good for you, and I'm not really, ironically, I'm not really doing it for my health, which is a weird thing to do it for, or not do it for, but I just decided I want to give it up. Just I'm a little bit too dependent on it, and so just giving it up, and we're just doing something different. So I'm currently, pause this for a second. I'm currently pretty much just on water and juice and stuff. I'm drinking about 5 of these a day, which is 1.5 liters. So, I don't know what's that? 7.5 liters a day. 7.25. I think it's like that. But in around that, and then some juice, cranberry, orange, whatnot. But what do you call it? So that was that. So since I've basically kind of gone away from drinking fizzy drinks and all that, my diet's changed, but I just don't have, I was lacking a bit of energy, as you would, because I'm after taking out about a ridiculous amount of caffeine from my system, and my body had to kind of even out to it, so I was usually staying up till 3 or 4 every night, which wasn't too bad considering that where I worked, I was going in at like 3 p.m. and finishing up at 11, so I was able to stay up late, and then I would record videos and whatnot. But the only thing that it just kind of, not that it forced me to do it, but it just kind of gave me incentive just to get these drinks, stay up later and later and later as possibly as I could. I can still do it now without the caffeine, so that's kind of a good sign that I'm still somewhat dependent on it. I've stayed off it. I've only had it once since I've gone off it, which is about a month ago now, and that was my friend's going away party or deployment party. Ended up doing Jaeger bombs, and so there's a bit of what do you call them? There's a bit of Red Bull in those, so that's where that caffeine was, and that felt like I was kind of going through the whole process again because I just had that much caffeine in my system. I just wanted it again for about a week, which was a little bit annoying because I had finally gotten over it, and it was clean sailing for about a week, and then thankfully I was on my week off, so I just kind of stayed home and didn't do anything. I just made sure I didn't go to the shop and buy myself some drinks, because that's the worst thing about soda and stuff, because it's probably one of the most addictive substances, but it's readily available. Just get an energy drink, ironically. Yeah, so it's readily available. Well, I think tobacco arguably is the most, I forget what they're called, I think it's addictive thing, but I think just my personal experience, that caffeine's probably the most readily available and at such a low cost. You can get, I think it was, you get 32 milligrams in a bottle of Coke or a can of Monster and stuff, and just in comparison to nicotine, you get a much larger portion. To be descriptive or anything, but so yeah, so I was kind of addicted to that, or highly addicted. Like, addiction runs in the family, so alcoholics on my mother's side and father's side. But what can you say? So I always had to be careful. That's why I rarely drink, anyways. I know addiction runs, and I'd rather be addicted to caffeine than alcohol, because caffeine's a little bit more controllable. Because if you want to go, if you're an alcoholic, it's dangerous to go off, to just go cold turkey. Thankfully, it's not the case with caffeine. Although I think I was sick one time, and I went off it when I was sick and got some serious bad pains. But that might have just been a combination of the withdrawals and bloody being sick. I was in hospital as well for it, just for what I was sick for, not for the withdrawals or anything. But yeah, so to get back onto it, so busy schedule. Yeah, so I've had pretty much around May. The way me and my friends work is that there's about 3 of us in the space of 2 weeks to have birthdays, and then tying in my friends going away for 6 months, having that party and this and the other, and trying to meet up before it goes and all this and that. And I'm just looking. I have some notes I wanted to cover off when I was talking, so I'm just checking that every now and again. And also, we did a few. Before you went, we wanted to do a few things. So we did this VR game thing up in Dublin. What's it called? Zero Latency. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. I think it's about €200 altogether for a group, so it's not too bad. It lasts for, I want to say it lasts for about, depending on which one you do, it lasts for about 35 to 40 minutes. It's fun, but you can just go for a little while. It was a zombie game, just going around shooting zombies and whatnot. It's fun though. And key or get this locked. So we were doing that, and then we went to go see Endgame, of course, because it's the biggest film of the bloody year, and I think it's the most successful film now, I believe, anyways. So we did that, and that was a lot of fun. Then Game of Thrones and everything, and then Attack on Titan came back, and trying to keep up to date with all my animes and watch the season finales of a lot of shows. So just keeping up to date with them has been a little bit time consuming, and other little personal things going on. So that's just been keeping me busy, and I was feeling a bit of not that I was feeling burnt out by YouTube, but I was getting every now and again, every couple months, I just get that point where I want to stop it for a week or so. So I just usually, before I have that burnout, I record like maybe 10 videos, and that'll keep me going, and then eventually I go back then to what I was doing before, which was recording on. And the way I record is probably not the best way, so that's the way it burnt me out, is that I basically pretty much record 3 to 4 episodes at the weekends, and then 1 or 2 during the week, and then edit them. And by edit them, I just pretty much render them, because I pretty much talk through my entire videos, so there's no reason for me to cut them. And my topics are pretty much straightforward. The only time I cut is usually if I'm just coughing or sneezing during my videos, and that's when you tend to see like the sudden like drop and just drop down and just pull it back. But as I imagine you guys probably realize, there's no real reason for me to explain it, but it's just easier to. There was that, so I was pretty much just missing for that, and those are kind of the reasons I missed. And then the diet change, that kind of just fucked me up for a while, because I was so used to having a certain amount of energy, but then completely lost. Oh, greater wisdom. Whoa. Why is there 3 of them? I don't really like those Greater Wisps because they do a serious amount of damage. And also, I'm a little bit annoyed at this because I actually recorded this entire video about 2 hours ago, but just before I was about to finish up, my PC crashed and I lost the entire file. So just in case I seemed a little bit not as I want to say emotionally available, but that's not really the right word. I guess maybe as in-depth, or I feel like I'm just kind of flying through it because I said it maybe. I recorded an hour and a half long video and that's gone, and I kind of covered everything I wanted to say. But now I have it more precise with my notes here. Yeah, so just covering over the die change, and that was, I want to say, I kind of felt like I was sluggish and stuff for a while. Like I was going to work and everything, so like work 3 to 11, and then after that you kind of don't want to work anymore, even though I don't consider this work, but just like doing a little bit extra. So I just took a little break from that, and also I have been doing, well, I had a few ideas in the works because I was wanted to do some of the loot crates because they're always an easy video to do, and I always had a few of those in the back burners, but for whatever reason, whenever I order loot crates, they tend to default to Germany for me, which makes sense because that's their European depot and they ship out of there from there. But for whatever reason, the last ones I've ordered, they've shipped from Los Angeles, and they're taking about a month or two to get here, and it's bloody frustrating because I've been doing some videos and usually they get around 30 to 40 views, which is not a lot, but it's a nice number because I sometimes I'll just run. I can usually deduct maybe 2 or 3 views that are from me, just from doing like uploading to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, stuff like that. So I sometimes just click into videos to get the URL. So I add a view on there, but the last few videos have been around 20 to 15 views, which like isn't bad considering the scale of my channel, which we're currently at 61 subscribers, which it's not a lot, but I think it's definitely improved. Like the first few months we were on like 20, and then we hit a thing where we didn't get any subscribers, and at one point we went up by 30 in like, I want to say 2 months. It was around the time I uploaded the Critical Role video. That was basically like reviewing or reacting to it, but so it's just that, and what do you call it? So just going through all that, and so we're getting like 15 subscribers, or underwater. So we got about 15 subscribers. Oh, what am I talking about? I lost my train of thought completely. But yeah, that I was only getting about between 15 to 20 views in those videos. Normally they get around 40, and the only reason I can assume it's the case is because the videos are realistically about a month or two too late, and usually if I order from Germany I get it within 5 to 7 days with shipping, and it's kind of annoying when they're arriving 20 days late. So I actually, one thing I meant to do, I keep forgetting to do it, is to email Loot Crate and see if they'll change from where my stuff exports from to Germany, so then I can at least have some stuff and I can do my reaction videos and everything to it. Usually the stuff in it's not overly amazing. The anime stuff's not too bad because I get like t-shirts and stuff, and I love a good t-shirt. It's just annoying, like I'm not making any money off these videos, but I like to see a certain amount of not return, but like if I'm getting 40 views, I'd like to see the consistency of it. Even though I understand that you can have a drop-off point, but it just seems like the only reason I can see the drop-off point is because there's a lack of, I'm not hitting the time scale, which is because of Loot Crate kind of fucking up. Just be impolitely that way. So that's kind of one thing I'm annoyed about. So, because I want to do those, and sometimes I do them, and so it's just a bit annoying not having that kind of guarantees that I'm going to get in 20 views or whatever just from those videos. So I'm missing 20 views. And I usually do about 2 of those a month, so that's 40 views for the month. Not that it's a lot, because I know there's some channels that get like hundreds of millions of views per episode, but I just like having that just amount, because it's my thing. But so I'm a little bit annoyed about that, and that kind of just pissed me off enough to kind of stop doing it for a bit. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to stop. Well, not stop completely, but just stop for a point in time. And from there, Jesus, there's a lot of enemies. Just go away. And from there, yeah. So and I wanted to just trying to explain like what my plan is to get back on track. So I wanted to do more videos, or get them back to the same level, about 5 a week or so, or in around 4. I don't mind if we just do 4, or if I do like a couple of videos. I like doing them Monday to Friday. Possibly maybe do a couple more weekend views, depending on the topics and whatnot. See if there's anything cool that comes up. I just found, I think a big reason was because I used to mix it up a fair bit, where I do maybe 1 or 2 FIFA videos, a couple of FM videos, reaction videos, or something else in between. Just so I can keep it fresh myself, so I'm not doing the same thing over and over again. Not that it's bad or anything, but it can, I don't say, not, makes it feel kind of lethargic, because I'm doing the same thing over and over again. And with the FM stuff, I'm jumping between months and months and months, and to get between games it can take up to half an hour at a time. So it can be a little bit annoying in that sense, because I'm sitting at a computer just waiting for it to load. Even though I love my my FM series, it's definitely one of my best ones. I love Blackburn, but Boston it just feels so special. There's something special about it. I think Dr. Benji's feeling the same way with his one, and I've been watching his as well, which I'm enjoying. I try to watch it daily, but I tend to binge it like once or twice a week. But yeah, it's good. I've enjoyed his content, and he kind of inspired me to do my own YouTube channel from it. But get back on track. So yeah, so mixing it up, and then I had the problem with the Elgato. I actually have it replaced, but I just haven't gone back to FIFA just because I'm spending so much on it. I think I've spent, I don't really want to say how much, but I'd say in a calendar year I was probably going to spend maybe a grand or two, because at some stages I was spending like maybe 100, 200 a month, and like I wasn't going to do it regularly. So if I spent a lot one month, I wasn't going to do it again the following week, or go as high, or just do like a player review. And not that I'm just not good at FIFA, and I like the pack opening aspect of it, but it's a bit annoying that how much it costs. If it was cheaper, I'd definitely do it a lot more, and my pack luck has been pretty decent, but I don't know. That's one reason, so I just gotta stop that. And I saw something here. So yeah, so we have that going on. I'm thinking, so yeah, I'm trying to figure out what kind of videos I want to replace. I was doing those animated D&D videos, but they just take a while to do. Just because I have to create them first of all, figure out how to balance them, make them plausible in a D&D landscape. Like the way I want them to be is I want to be able just to drop them into the book, and that basically if anyone wants to use them in their own home campaigns, that they're going to be somewhat balanced and they're not overpowered or anything. Which I find sometimes if I go looking for stuff what do you call them? Bloody homebrew stuff. I was supposed to say homegrown. Homebrew stuff. It tends to be a bit, let's say, not balanced, and it just feels too overpowered, and you're going to have to go in yourself, and you're going to have to work with the DM to balance it out. While some of my stuff, I try to make it balance, and some points I purposely underbalance them, just so that they're not too insane. But yeah, that's my main thing. And then it's trying to find the right stuff that'll balance correctly into D&D. So like I recently, the last one I did was the One Piece Pirate, Devil Fruit Pirates. Like I was going into that, except someone requested them, and like I have no problem doing anything that someone requests, but just trying to balance it. And I wasn't familiar enough with the topic going into it, which is my fault anyways. But for that kind of stuff, guys. It's just, I don't want to blame anything, but I suppose I just blame myself because I wasn't prepared at all for it. And like when I was going into it, I only realized that there's about not 200, but 75 different gum fruit, or not gum fruits, devil fruits. And then I have to decide from all the 3 different types and everything, which was kind of a cool challenge in itself. But it was just not something I'm used to. And it took too long for me to figure it out and trying to balance it and make every individual, like, so you had 3 different classes and it tried to make every single class from within that class a balanced variable, even though in the anime it says that the Logia ones, which are the nature balanced, the nature balance kind of, or not nature balance, but like that they're more stronger than the other ones, and you can't really have that in a D&D landscape, just because if they're not balanced to a certain extent, they won't. Just what's the point of playing that one over other ones? There's no reason you wouldn't pick one of the other ones. But so with that, it's a little bit annoying. Trying to figure that out, and then I have a few other things I was working on for a while. I'm still kind of working on. I have the Dragon Ball Z Frieza Forces one. I was working on that, but I just can't get to the point where I want it to be. That basically the Frieza Forces are an evil organization to an extent, but I was trying to make them somewhat neutral. So basically, if you want someone who could be a Frieza Forces and get all these benefits, like, the only way I can think of doing it is like maybe making a lawful evil or chaotic evil paladin or something, or to some extent, and then you have to be able to fly. And then I was just thinking about it, that basically all of the warriors in Dragon Ball Z, when Frieza Forces, like, they're literally pretty much all Planeteer destroyers, which is usually like usually like Jurassic level in D&D landscape. I just think of it like how if they're Planet Busters or Town Busters, Country Busters, stuff like that. And just to make them into a class is so difficult because I'm trying to make them into a continental thing. Like, there's what do you call them? Just trying to make them balanced, and like obviously when you get to level 20, sure, yeah, you can be a continental buster, but like a lot of the there's different like ranks and stuff for the fighters, or not fighters, the soldiers in the group, and I don't know, it just seems kind of a weird thing to try to make them balanced that I just can't kind of figure out myself. Not that I can't figure out, it's just I can't figure it out into the D&D landscape. I can obviously make them, but I'm going to be making like super overpowered characters. Like, the way I'm looking at it is like a warlock abilities mixed with a paladin kind of rule sets, and then maybe like a fighter style, and like that just sounds too powerful. Like, imagine, like, I'm thinking like they're going to have ki blasts, they're going to have this, that, they're going to be having a martial fighting style. Eventually, they're probably going to be able to fly. And stuff like that, and it just seems so powerful in comparison to other things. Yeah, just trying to figure that out. So I just think it's a little bit too strong, and I don't think it would be feasible. I was thinking maybe doing like the Crane Dojo from what do you call it? Bloody from Dragon Ball with Roshi's arch nemesis. I think it's Crane Dojo, the one where Tien and Chaozu are from. Doing something like that could be interesting. But then again, it's just basically it's just a monk archetype. And someone was asked before about doing a fighter style for I'm making a class for Zoro from One Piece, and I was looking at it and like it's way too powerful to make its own class, and I was thinking about doing it as an archetype, but I'm just trying to figure out a way to manage that, and it just seems, it's not that it seems impossible, but it seems very difficult to do. I'm just not sure how plausible it would be. Let's pick it. I think we'll just go do this now. Let's go do this boss fight. I think it's gonna be the... Oh, not these fuckers. Okay, same for me actually. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Keep forgetting how that thing balances out. Sorry, I'm just trying to focus on these guys and not dying. Trying to think about what we were talking about. Oh yeah, there's just like the D&D classes. And I got a few ideas on how to do it, but I just think it would be a little bit difficult to try to make it somewhat plausible into a D&D landscape. I think the Zoro one could be possible, but like Zoro is at least a 3-sword fighter, and he's going to be having 3 attacks, and it just seems like it has to be an archetype because like the only way you can get 3 attacks on a turn is if you pick the two weapon fighter with at level 5 they get the extra attack. So it's like you're going. The only way I can think to balance it is if to do it kind of like Pathfinder style, where you get where's our items? Oh, there's still one more. Oh. Yeah, just trying to think about what I want to do in that regard for the thing. Also, I'd love to get any suggestions that you guys may have, and then I can try to come up with something. I know there's a lot of like stuff on Instagram where people make their own custom classes, but I just like doing the animated D&D, or any kind of pop culture ones. I did the what do you call it? I did the what do you call it? I did the, forget what it's called now. The Men of Letters class from Supernatural, which it seems okay. It's kind of like a ranger meets warlock kind of thing. Not warlock, but like wizardy kind of thing with base levels. So you can go two different archetypes, and they kind of give you different things. So it's like 2 completely different classes, but with the same source location. So it's kind of like going for like a Book of the Tomes Warlock and then going for Axeblade. So they're kind of similar. They start from the same start point, but then they just differ completely. One becomes very melee based, and one becomes very spells and range based. And so yeah, if you guys have any suggestions you want me to do for them, I'd be more than happy to take a look and see if there's somewhat plausible to do. because I'm coming. Like I have ideas like what I could do, but some of them they just won't transition well enough. Like I'd love to do like a Black Clover one for like Asta, but then that's basically just a fighter with an anti-magic sword. It's like unless you give him a sword that gives you certain abilities. And I made the Dragon Slayer class, and someone inquired about the Demon Slayer class, and I was thinking about it, but like it's pretty much all I gotta do is just reskin Dragon Slayer with Demon Slayer, and just say you get a bonus to against demons, and then they can absorb their element type, which I assume would just be fire realistically. I know you can do frost, but I don't think there's that many frost demons. Actually, no, there is one. I can't remember if it's a frost demon or a devil off the top of my head, but there is stuff like that. Very little items. When I was doing this earlier, we had a boatload of multiples. I think we had 6 or 7. We had like 6 or 7 bleed things. So like you're just constantly like, almost killing a boss in a single hit. Not a single hit, but we're doing this fierce amount of damage. Oh, it's the... Like that. I'll pick up some more items and maybe do like a syringe again. I don't want to give up some stupid stuff. 252. I'd like to get the one where you get points for dealing damage. They're really good. But, just trying to think, what else are we going to talk about? Oh yeah, my plans for future videos. So like, my plan is to still continue on with Boss United. I think we probably still got another, I want to say 30 to 40 episodes. Ideally, I'd probably stop it before 100. Because we're currently like episode 54. We're in the Premier League now, but I think it's probably going to be 2 or 3 seasons in the Premier League, and I'm doing about 10 episodes a season in a round. And so first of all, we got to see if we stay in the Premier League this season, of course. But I already have a plan for that in mind. If we go down, our plan is just to come straight back up. I've already kind of outlined that in previous episodes. I think like 51, 52 and stuff. And then after that, maybe do another FM series, probably. Something quick and small, maybe something like the Man United career mode, FM's thing we did. Maybe just do one where just do a 1-league challenge, or not 1-league challenge, but 1 nation challenge. So like maybe do Bayern or Dortmund and just do all German players, or Italian or whatever, or pick a difficult league, maybe like Belgians. It'd be interesting. Actually, that could be fun. And try that out. And do something like that. Probably do something in under 10, 20 episodes. Something fun like that. And I was also thinking if any of you guys have any ideas on future videos, if you guys have any suggestions. I was thinking maybe doing a Let's Play thing soon. I was doing that the one for Dragon Age, and I was enjoying it, but I don't like the editing part of it too much because it's just too much, because I was playing 3 or 4 hours at a time, and it's just not feasible for me to edit that video down, because if I record 3 to 4 hours, it's pretty much, I could have recorded 2 or 3 videos in that space, and then I have to edit it, which, if I want to get down to a 30-minute video, is probably going to be 2 to 3 hours of editing at least, and that's 3 videos gone that I can do, and it's like, I'm at a point where I want quantity over quality, but at the same time I do want quality. I'm at a weird position. Big chest there. Is that our second one of these? Yeah, it is. What do we want? We will go random. Stun grenade. Is that our third one? Jesus. Anything there? No. Oh, you're not from this. So then I have a few other things. So I was thinking maybe doing. I haven't played God of War yet, surprisingly. I'd like to play that. I just find I haven't had the time to play those kind of solo games. Like I played Red Dead. So some of my friends wanted to play online, but obviously nothing really. Crap, I picked the wrong one. Nothing really materialized out of that game for online. And I don't think there ever will, realistically. But what do you call it? I lost my train of thought there. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I want to play God of War. I still haven't finished Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been meaning to do it for bloody ages. So like I have a few videos of games I want to play, but I just don't want to edit them. Like I was thinking maybe doing something like the Spider-Man series and I just talk through it. Well, maybe not, because I streamed those, but I then ended up doing that was when I had my microphone the wrong way around and I was having issues with that. But yeah, maybe just record them and figure out how I want to record them. Maybe record them through the Twitch interface on bloody PS4 and then upload them to my Twitch, and then I can download the VODs and upload them to YouTube and maybe edit them a bit. Something like that. I'm not too sure what I want to do. I definitely want to play some of the games because I missed some and I just haven't had the time to play them. And at least if I play through it, I can just upload the VODs and if you guys can check them out if you want to. And maybe just do like a weekend, play it for a weekend and then upload the VODs a couple times a week. Or like play them all week, play it for a couple hours a weekend and chop it up into a couple of small piece episodes. Something like that maybe. If you guys have any interest in that, just let me know. And if you have any recommendation what games you want to play. I know some people are asking me to play games that they're not going to play so they can watch, but it just kind of depends on the game. Like, I'm more than likely I'm not going to do, what do you call it, first-person shooters. Like, I know I did Siege and stuff, but that's a bit different. I'm not going to do, like, Fortnite. Not that I don't like the game, it's fun, but I don't know. It's just not the game I want to play. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to play a game I want to play, so I'm not going to waste, like, hours at a time playing a game. That's just going to not be fun. Which would be kind of meaningless, and I wouldn't enjoy the content, and you guys probably wouldn't enjoy the content if I'm not enjoying it, so I probably wouldn't be half-hearted doing it. So it just gets us into a weird scenario. Is there any more chests around here? I haven't seen thing for the to make it difficult. I wonder if it's in the. Oh wait, there's no cave here. Strange. No. Another soldier syringe. Those two out of the way. Dead. He's dead. He's almost dead. Then get this Shoki over here. I'm more likely to get those bleed items again. Teddy bear is such a good one to go for. Especially if you just jump off and you forget to use your items. Or to use your jump or the axe throw or the teleport. It's just really handy in case you fall off and they can absorb the entire damage. Anything up here? Pretty sure we checked all up here, unless there's anything on the corners. Sometimes there is stuff there. Yeah, I think it's good time. I think it's good. I really like the Warbanner at the moment. Just because they're so handy. Especially at later levels. Yeah, we're not getting a great pool of items actually. That chest we haven't opened. Let's see what's. And a lockbox. I wonder if there are lockboxes up here. They tend to only appear. Like these things just keep spawning and spawning. Sometimes stuff spawns. But yeah. Actually, I haven't seen any drones either. But yeah, so just trying to think of ideas what to do. So I was thinking doing more Spider-Man, but I'm kind of off the Spider-Man train, and I think the game's kind of died after the last few. Not that the DLC was good, but it just wasn't great. So I'd like to do God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn. Also like to do. I'd also like to do. Where's the Horizon Zero Dawn, and maybe another. I played what do you call it, Witcher, all the full game and all the DLC on Xbox, but maybe do an entire game of it, stream of it if you guys want, because I want to play the game again. Basically, that's a lot of fun. Just come up with ideas to do. If you guys have any suggestions, and also I plan on doing giveaways soon. I was going to do one for the what do you call it? The Stranger Things starter kit, but originally I think it was like £20, so right around 25, 30 euro, and that seemed okay, but it's actually gone up to about 45, so it's about 50 euro, and I don't feel comfortable giving away an entire thing because it's just the basic rule set pretty much, and then a few additional things, which it's cool and everything, but it's not something I'd like the idea like to give away, especially at that price. So I was thinking I'll probably just do the new book that comes out May 21st. I probably won't release it till, I probably won't give it out till, or send them out, or do my giveaway until, bloody June. Just because I've had a few expenses go through and I can't really afford it at the moment, but I can do it in June. And I was also thinking once we finish Boston United, do maybe a couple of videos then, which could be interesting. Yeah, so maybe Jersey 2 if anyone wants any name tags. See if I get in contact with the actual Boston United team, if they could throw in any goodies into it. That could be interesting. I doubt, I assume with the size of the channel that probably would happen, but it'd be interesting if it did. Oh, Jesus, and another overload. Oh. heal. He's not dead. Nice. Get rid of these guys. Yeah, we definitely have not got enough good items. We've only got one drum, which is a little bit annoying. I want a little bit more than that for this. At least we have this health pauldron thing. We'll go down that yoke down there. Make it difficult for us anyways. And we'll try to get the special item. I got a cool one the last time. I got the frost one, so whenever you kill an enemy, you deal a ring of frost damage whenever you move around, and it lasts for like 10 seconds. Oh, so damage on the boss enemies. Handy enough. Excuse me. Oh, there's another Yoki up there. Do that as well. Make it super difficult for ourselves. I've got all the lunar coins as well, so... Oh, I can't remember what Scarab does. Convert all your health... Oh, that's a shit one. That is an absolute shit one. Okay, we're probably gonna die this game anyways. For certain. I think it's the green ghost guys that can deal necrotic damage, so basically it just avoids the your shield. So we definitely need to pick up some excuse me, full of throat's gonna dry. Yeah, so do maybe so say about the giveaway. So do a D&D book, maybe the jerseys, depending on if anyone's interested, and maybe something else. I'd like to do other stuff, but I'm not too sure on what I'd like to do. I think it's handy just to increase their overall armor and stuff. Or maximum health, I guess. So we're just going to get a load of cash, and then eventually we're going to get our green, excuse me, Jesus. The air's very dry at the moment. Then go get our special chest, and see if we can get a red item out of it. Because we're going to just want as many, things as we can at the moment. What do we want? I want to say the jump one actually. That was really handy last time for when we were on this level. Because we ended up fighting 4 Imp Lords, and just being able to get out of their reach was very handy. Let's see if we get anything for this. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Now we're faster again, so that's better. And what else? Yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions, usually this thing spawns in there. Just check that in a moment. And spawn in there? Yeah, how much is it? 25. Okay, that's not too bad. We can get that pretty quick. Oh, can we upgrade it again? Oh, we might as well. However many bosses that is now. And we'll go check some of the higher levels, see if there's any other items. Let's see there. Whoosh. Don't see any here. Nor there. main goal at the moment is just chests. And then kill any enemies in our way. Also some drones would be super handy right about now. Are we up there before? Okay. Oh. Sure. Oh, he's firing at us. This guy. Oh, back. Just give us extra health. Thank you very much. And then all we want to do is just kill loads of enemies. Ideally, I want to get that red chest or that gold chest before we go fight the boss. Just because I think it'd be too difficult without. Ooh, is that just open? Yes. And another lunar coin. Do that. Oh, we get more health again. I wasn't sure what the story with that is. If we just do, oh God, where's? All pretty handy. See anything else? Okay, we're almost at our 2,500. Yeah, that Tigger came handy again. Took that hit for us. Do we have anything up on the edges? That hurt us a little bit. Those guys, because they recharge your some of your abilities. Love some of the ukuleles as well. They're very handy for when you want to just blast straight away some enemies. I think they get you up to a range of 6 enemies. Can you hit them? I see one of our drones is stuck on the thing over there, which is not ideal. Okay, we have enough for a chest now as well, so we'll go pick that up. It's down here. Give us something good. Fire haunting skulls when healed. Okay, that's not great. Because we can only heal when we're not in combat. Do we have the slow for one? Where's our skulls? Oh, Jesus! Things are bloody lethal. Check out. I thought that was a second gold chest for a second. It's just a leaf. But yeah, do what to do. Could go to the teleporter now. Maybe see if we can get this drone back working with us. finally starting to move. At least. Both of those are open. Okay, I guess we'll go to the boss then and see how difficult this will be. As long as it's not the green dragon things, we should be okay. It could be the bloody worm, and that could be an absolute disaster for us. Because they kind of just track. Oh god, just out of nowhere. I think Imp Overlord is probably the worst actually. Just because we're going to have about 6 of them. A blazing Imp Overlord, oh my god. God, it's just one of them. He's bloody strong. We really need a leech seed. Well, that would actually be perfect for this. God, he's bloody strong. Damage. Oh, Jesus Christ, we're healing at least. Oh, God. I don't think we're going to survive this. I don't think our shields are healing. Gone back to 10,000, so we might have a chance at it. Jesus. Okay, we might just survive this. God, like, God, fuck off. Come on, arrows. God, this guy's really strong. Oh my god, finally. 4 blazes. Oh god. Jesus Christ, he was strong. Took bloody 8. How many willows we have now? 6? God, so all of our enemies are going to absolutely explode on impact. Okay, are we at the same place? Yeah, we started off the same place again. But anyways. still alive. So once we die, then I'll end it. Actually, you know what? It might be better to send here because I'm probably going to play on for a little while. But yeah, so I'll just figure out where I want to end it. Let's just end it there. But yeah, sure, we'll end it here. So if you guys have any suggestions for future videos and whatnot, please leave a comment down below for any suggestions. So we'll end it there. Thanks for everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.